Hello students, I hope you all are doing good. Let us now begin with a new chapter, that is chapter 8, application of integrals. Now, what is the application of integrals? In chapter 7 we have already discussed about definite and indefinite integrals, right? Now, where are they applied? The usage of integration as a chapter is basically to find out the area under different patterns, under different curves, under different functions, right? As you can see over here in this given figure, we have this curve, right, which is determined as y is equal to fx, means that is the equation of the curve y expressed in terms of x. Okay, now if I have to find out the area under this given curve, right from x is equal to a to x is equal to b, as you can see, this particular curve is an example of a bounded region. This curve has been bounded by lines, three lines, that is x is equal to a, x is equal to b, and the x-axis itself, right? So it's a bounded region and I have to find out the area of this bounded region. I will take any rectangular strip over here, right? Remember, I can integrate it in two ways. If I can even integrate it along the x-axis or the y-axis. Here I am taking the integration along the x-axis. That's it. That is, if I take this particular rectangular strip along the x-axis, so this small part would be taken as dx, and since this length of this particular rectangle is parallel to the y-axis, so its length would be taken as y, right? So now if I add up n number of these rectangular strips, right, from x is equal to a to x is equal to b, I get the area under the entire curve. So instead of adding such strips, right, from x is equal to a to x is equal to b, I take one rectangular strip and simply integrate it from lower limit to upper limit to find out its area. So a is equal to integration sign a to b, that is lower limit is a, upper limit is b, y into dx. So why are we taking y into dx? Because that will determine the area of the rectangle. So it's length into breadth, so y into dx. And what is y equal to? It is fx dx. Or in other ways, if I have an example of integration along the y-axis. So this is a curve. I take this rectangular strip parallel to the x-axis. Since its breadth is lying on the y-axis, so this small part, this breadth or width, is taken as dy, right? Now this is again an example of a bounded region, and what is it bounded by? Two lines and the positive y-axis. So I can simply integrate it, right? So finding out the integration, to find out the area under the curve, I can integrate it from c to d, and here I have this length is x and this width is dy, so it's x into dy. So I have, instead of this x, I can write a function that is defined in terms of y, that is gy dy, right? So similarly, we can find out areas of two given examples, right? Now, I have certain examples with me, and I'll be taking those examples with the help of the exercise. So this is a simple way how would we determine simply the area under the curve. This is basically the concept of application of integrals, right? We'll start with the exercise, and one by one I will be taking up the cases where we might have a combination, or we might have just, we have to just find out area that is occupied or covered, or covered by a given curve, right? Or probably we have to find out the area between a line and a curve, or we have to find out the area of the overlapping region, right? Or area of the two adjoining curves, right? So we'll be one by one taking up such examples, and it will be more clear once we take up the exercise, right? So we start with exercise 8.1. In this particular exercise, our very first question is, find the area of the region bounded by the curve y square is equal to x and the lines x is equal to 1, x is equal to 4, x-axis in the first quadrant. Remember students, in such questions of application of integrals, you have to draw a graph, right? You have to give a graphical representation, because without that it's very difficult to find out the area, that which area are we talking about here, right? So I have divided this plane into 4 quadrants, right, with the help of x-axis and the y-axis. We know that y square is equal to x is the equation of a parabola, right? X is equal to 1 and x is equal to 4 will be 2 lines like this, right? And it says x-axis in the first quadrant. So means we are talking about the positive x-axis in the first quadrant. Had it been this first quadrant was not mentioned, remember, in that case we would have taken this area and this area. So means this entire area above the positive x-axis and below the positive x-axis would have been considered. So we have a is equal to 1 to 4 y into dx, okay, because if I am integrating it along the x-axis, remember this length would be y and this function would be y expressed in terms of x. So since the curve is y square is equal to x, so y will be under root of x dx, right? And what will be the limit? It will be 1 to 4. Simply finding out the integration, x to the power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 to the power 4. So we get 2 by 3, 8 minus 1 here, that's 7, 2 into by 3 into 7, or simply 14 by 3 square units. So this is how we are going to find out simple solution for area occupied under this curve. Okay. Question number 2 is similar to question number 1 and would be done by you as practice. We would now proceed with question number 3, that is x square is equal to 4y, y is equal to 2, y is equal to 4, y-axis in the first quadrant. So these conditions are given to you. Again, x square is equal to 4y. Remember, x square is equal to 4ay. Remember, these are simple equations of a parabola. So x square is equal to 4y, right? Y is equal to 2, y is equal to 4, and y-axis in the first quadrant. So this is a bounded region. Now what I can do is I can simply take this strip, right? Consider this parallel to the x-axis, so the length would be x and the breadth would be y. Remember these limits, since we are taking the width along y, or we are integrating with respect to dy, remember we have to take the coordinates that are the y coordinates, not the x coordinates, right? So instead of fx, this function, instead of x, I can take, because x square is equal to 4y, so x must be equal to 2 under root of y, right? So this is how we are going to write it. Once we integrate it, it will be 2. This 2 I can take outside, and integration of this is 2 by 3 y to the power 3 by 2. Again, I can simply integrate, right? I get 8 here minus root 8. Root 8 can be written as 2 root 2. So once I solve this out, my final answer comes out to be 8 by 3, 4 minus root 2 square units. I hope that's clear. Okay. Moving on to question number 4. X square upon 16 plus y square upon 9 is equal to 1. You have to find out the area that has been bounded by this particular ellipse. Remember students, there are 2 types of ellipse, right? The general equation is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. We might have a greater than b. Now a is, remember, if I take this as a is the major axis and b is the minor axis. So if major axis is greater than the minor axis, this is the major axis, this is the minor axis. So we have this ellipse that is elongated along the x-axis. But if b is greater than a, we have an ellipse that is elongated along the y-axis, right? Now, since the center of this ellipse lies at the origin, remember this particular ellipse is a symmetrical figure, right? So I can either find out the area of this particular quadrant, this quadrant separately, this or this, and add it up, right? And what will I notice? That area in every quadrant, area of the ellipse under every quadrant would be the same. Okay, why? Because it's a symmetric figure across the origin, right? Now if I have another way of doing it, that I find out the area in the first quadrant and add it up 4 times. Adding up 4 times means I'll multiply it with 4. So if I take this particular strip along the x-axis, remember this width would be dx, this length would be parallel to y-axis, so it will be taken as y. So our equation becomes area is 4 times. Why 4 times? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. This a particular axis, coordinate axis, divides the ellipse into 4 equal parts. So it will be 4 times 0 to 4. Why 0 to 4? Remember this is x square upon a square plus y square upon 9 is equal to 1. On the x-axis, value of y is 1, right? So what are we left? Y is 0. So we are left with x square upon 16 is equal to 1. We can write it as x square upon 16. Y is 0. So this will be 0 is equal to 1. Or simply x square is equal to 16. Or x is equal to plus minus 4. So here what will be the coordinates? It will be 4, 0. Here it can be minus 4, 0. Right? We are not concerned about these coordinates. Right? Otherwise, even if we write, this coordinate would be, because on the y-axis, x coordinate is 0. So this will be 0, 3. And this point will be 0, minus 3. Right? Now, as I'm finding out this particular area, this entire area, I can take the x coordinates as my lower and the upper limit. So it will be 0 to 4. 4 times 0 to 4, y into dx. And what is y? This function expressed in terms of x. So I have mentioned it here that x square upon 16 is equal to y square upon 9. I have to find out the value of y. So y square upon 9 is 1 minus x square upon 16, right? So y square is 9 in brackets 1 minus x square upon 16, or 16 minus x square upon 16. So if I take the square root, I get 3 upon 4 under root of 16 minus x square. So this is what I write here. This 4 and this 4 gets cancelled. Now remember integration of under root of a square minus x square. What is the formula? It is x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. Right? So I'm using the formula that I'm using here, that is under root of a square minus x square dx. We have already done this in the previous chapter. So it is x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. This particular formula of integration would be commonly used in this exercise, right? So instead of x, I can put x here, x upon 2. Under root of a square minus x square is 16 minus x square plus a square. A square is again 16 upon 2 sine inverse x, and a is 4, right? A square is 16, a is 4. From 0 to 4. Simply put the values. Here I get a 0 plus this is 8 times sine inverse 4 upon 4 is 1 minus, replacing x with 0, this term becomes 0, this also becomes 0. So we have 3. 8 is our 24 and sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. So 12 pi square units is the answer for this given equation, for this given question. Okay. Now we come to question number 5. See, in question number 5, it can be simply done by you. As I have told you, here in this case, A is less than B, or we can see B is greater than A. So remember, our major axes are going to lie along the y-axis. So this will be an oval shape, an ellipse shape that is elongated along the y-axis, right? Remember, along the y-axis, x coordinate would be 0 here. Okay, x coordinate is 0. So we have y as plus minus 3. If on the x-axis this becomes 0, we have y square upon 9 is equal to 1. Y square is equal to 9, or y is plus minus 3. So we have 0 comma 3 here, 0 minus 3 here, right? Likewise, my x coordinate would be 2 comma 0, or it can be, and this one would be minus 2 comma 0. So you can do it two ways. I can either find out the area along the y-axis or area along the x-axis. In both the cases it would come out to be the same, right? Again, if we go to C, since I have to find out the area in question number 5 for all the 4 regions, right? I have to find out this entire area, find the area of the region bounded by the ellipse. So this entire region has to be found out, and you can see that it is symmetrical along the origin, right? So if it is symmetrical, if I find out the area in the first quadrant and add it 4 times, so my concerned area would be 4 times 0 to 3, because I'm finding it along the y-axis. So it will be 0 to 3 x into dy. So this strip I'm taking it parallel to the x-axis, and this area is, small change is dy. So we have 4 times x into dy. What is x? Remember, again we'll be finding this equation in terms of x. So we have 2 by 3 under root of 9 minus y square, right? If I take this outside, I get 8 by 3, 0 to 3 under root of 9 minus y square dy. Again, you'll be making use of the same formula, right? And finding out the value, right? So this is further you can do this, right? So what is the formula? Under root of a square minus x square, that is x by 2. Instead we can use y here, y by 2 under root of 9 minus y square plus a square by 2, that is 9 by 2, a square is 9, sine inverse x by a, that is x by 3, and this is 0 to 3, right? If I put the values now, what do I get? Remember, simply values have to be put the way we've solved for the definite integrals. It will be 8 by 3. Instead of y by 2, I can put 3 by 2. So this is 9 minus 9 plus 9 by 2 sine inverse 3 by 3 minus 0 minus 0, right? So this is 8 by 3. This becomes 3 by 2. This becomes 0 plus 9 by 2 sine inverse 1, that is pi by 2, right? And this is 0 already. So we have 8 by 3 into 9 by 2 into pi by 2. So we have 2 4s are, 3 3s are, this is 2 2s are. So again the answer is 6 pi square units. I hope that's clear, right? With this we come to question number 6. In question number 6 we have, find the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by the x-axis, line x is equal to root 3y, and the circle x square plus y square is equal to 4. See, in class 11 we have already done the general equations of parabola, ellipse and circle. So you must, looking at the equation, you must be able to recognize that which particular figure are we talking about, right? So x square plus y square is equal to 4. Remember, what is the general form? It is x square plus y square is equal to r square. So it must click us directly that radius here, r square is 4, so radius is 2. And if radius is 2, and remember, this particular equation of a circle is with center at the origin, right? So obviously these coordinates would be 2 comma 0 if I consider in the first quadrant. So it will be 2 comma 0, this will be 0 comma 0. Now x is equal to root 3y. If I draw a table for x and y, remember, when x is 0, y is also 0, right? And if y is 1, x is root 3. Okay, so obviously this will be a line which is passing through the origin. Okay, so it will be somewhat like this. Now I have to find out area enclosed by x-axis. This is the x-axis in the first quadrant, this line and the given circle. So this is the respective area, right? Now for doing such questions, as I've already told you, this is an example of area covered, enclosed by a line and a circle. So there are two things here. One is a line and the other one is the circle. Okay. Now as we can see that if I see this particular part, it is made up of a line. From here to here it is made up of a line, and from here to here it is made up of a circle. It's a part of a circle. So such figures are adjoining figures, means side by side, adjacent figures. In case of adjacent figures, we always add up the area of the two patterns, two curves, right? Either two curves or a line or a curve, right? So here, first of all, what do we need to find out is this particular point of intersection between the line and the curve, right? Because we cannot directly integrate it from 0 to 2 because of two different regions that are involved here. From here to here, we have a line, and from here to here we have a curve. So we'll be taking this point of intersection, and from this point of intersection we'll be dropping a perpendicular on the x-axis, and next step would be finding the point of intersection. Point of intersection कैसे find out करते हैं? We have two given equations. We'll be simultaneously solving for the two equations and calculate this point of intersection. So we'll be taking equation of the circle, that is x square plus y square is equal to 4, and x is equal to root 3y, that is equation of a line. So if I take the second equation and square both the sides, so this becomes x square is equal to 3y square. Okay. Now in this particular condition can be put in equation number 1. So this becomes 3y square plus y square is equal to 4, or y is equal to plus minus 1. But because we are talking about a positive y value, I'll be taking y as 1, and if y is 1, I can put this value in either of the two equations and calculate x. So if y is 1, x is root 3, right? Now I'll be integrating it along this particular x-axis, right? So I know that from 0 to root 3 I'm talking about integration of the line. So remember, 0 to root 3 I'll be taking area under the line, and then from root 3 to 2 I'll be considering area of the circle, right? So area would be from 0 to root 3, it would be, because I'm taking this this particular rectangular strip here and considering this as y and this as dx. So for a line, I have y into dx. So what is y? Y is x upon root 3 dx, right? And from root 3 to 2, I'll be considering area under the circle. So this is again, if I take this particular strip, this is parallel to y-axis and this is dx. So consider the equation of the circle in terms of x. So x square plus y square is equal to 4, or y square, I can write down y square is equal to 4 minus x square, or y is equal to under root of 4 minus x, under root of 4 minus x square dx, right? Simply I need to solve this equation. That is, I had this as my equation. Solving it, I take 1 upon root 3 common. Integration of this becomes x square upon 2. Plus this is again the one I have discussed with you, under root of a square minus x square. So I have already applied this, right? So this is from root 3 to 2. Now put the values, instead of x I can put it as root 3. So root 3 square becomes 3 upon 2 root 3 minus 0 plus, now here I have take this as 2. So if I put 2 here, this becomes 4 minus square, right? Which becomes 0. Plus 4 by 2 sine inverse 1 minus root 3 by 2 under root of 4 minus 3 minus 2 sine inverse root 3 by 2. So simply I'll be solving this. 3 on root 3 gives me the answer as root 3. So I have root 3 upon 2, and this minus root 3 by 2 will get cancelled. We are left with pi and minus 2 pi by 3. So the answer comes out to be pi by 3 square units, right? So this is how we are going to do. Okay, moving on to question number 7. We have find the area of the smaller part of the circle x square plus y square is equal to a square cut off by the line x is equal to a by root 2, right? So the figure is that of a circle, right? And it is cut off by line x is equal to a by root 2. So x is equal to a by root 2 because this is a constant value. It will be a line parallel to the y-axis, right? Now if I find out what is a by root 2, where does it actually lie, right? I can simply rationalize a by root 2 into root 2 upon root 2. So this is a root 2 upon 2. Now what is root 2 equal to? It is equal to 1.4 divided by 2. So that is approximately 0.7a. And 0.7a would be, of course, it will be greater than 0.5a, that is half of this. From here to here, the distance is a. So a by 2 will be lying at the center. So 0.7a would be a little ahead of 0.5, means towards a, right? So I have drawn this particular line over here. Now area of the smaller region would be, out of 2 which will be smaller, it will be this particular part which is smaller, because from here to here it is already the remaining, right? That's 0. This is 0.7. If I take this as 0.7a, right? So this is already, this entire part is 0.7. So what are we left with? 0.3 part here. So this will be comparatively a smaller part, right? Now remember, we are not given the positive x-axis or we are not given the quadrant here. So obviously it is given the area that is cut off by the line x is equal to a by root 2. But the quadrant is, so since the quadrant is not mentioned, we'll be taking the area above the x-axis and below the x-axis. Now as we can see, this particular area is symmetrical above and below the x-axis. Why? Because this particular line is parallel to the y-axis, right? So I'm going to integrate it along the x-axis. Remember, it will be a by root 2 to a, that is, this area can be taken as, because it is symmetrical above and below, so it is 2 times a by root 2 to a from here to here. I'll be taking this particular strip. Okay, I can find out area above the x-axis and I can twice it, right? So I'll be taking this strip. So this is y and the small portion is dx. So we have y into dx. So this function in terms of, I'm talking about the circle. So y will be under root of a square minus x square from a by root 2 to a, right? This is the formula. So I'll be writing it here, right? The formula would be here. And once I solve this out, it will be 2 times putting the values a by root 2 to a. So putting the value a, this is what I get here, okay? And once I solve this out, it will be 2 times a square by 2. This will be 0. This is a square upon 2 sine inverse 1, that is pi by 2, minus a square root 2 into root 2 will give me 2. So 2 2s are 4 minus a square upon 4 minus a square upon 2 pi by 4, right? So this is what I get my answer as. So my final answer comes as a square upon 2 pi by 2 minus 1 square unit. Remember, this unit is very important to write here. Okay. Moving on to question number 8. In question number 8, we have the area between x is equal to y square and x is equal to 4 is divided into 2 equal parts by the line x is equal to a. We have to determine the value of a. So y square is equal to x will be this parabola, right? Then we have this line x is equal to 4. Now this question says that this particular area bounded by the parabola and x is equal to 4 is divided into 2 equal parts by a line x is equal to a. So this is a line parallel to the y-axis and the area is now divided into 2 equal parts. So let me take this particular area as a1 and this entire area as a2. So I'm given a1 is equal to a2. Now what is a1? A1 is this entire area above the x-axis and below the x-axis. So I can take it twice, 0 to a. Let me determine if x is equal to a. So on the x-axis, what are the coordinates? A comma 0, and on the x-axis, the coordinates of this is 4 comma 0 because this is a line x is equal to 4. So corresponding y coordinate is 0. Now I will be taking twice area from 0 to a for a1. This parabola I'm talking about, right? So it is a function y in terms of x. So it will be y square is equal to x. So y is root x. So I have root x dx is equal to 2 times a to 4 root x dx. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Integration of root x is x to the power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, and again this. So this and this gets cancelled. Replacing the value of x with a, so I have a to the power 3 by 2 is equal to 4 to the power 3 by 2 minus a to the power 3 by 2. Bringing this over here, so I have 2a to the power 3 by 2 is equal to 4 to the power 3 by 2. Remember 4 cube, this can be written as 4 cube and then finding its square root. So 4 cube is 64. So under root of 64 is 8. So this is what I get. 2 and 8 gets cancelled. So this is 4 times. Now a to the power 3 by 2. I have to find out the value of a. So this a to the power 3 by 2 can be made, the power can be made 1 by multiplying this exponential power with 2 by 3. So I get a to the power 3 by 2 into 2 by 3 is equal to 4 to the power 2 by 3. So I multiply the power on both the side, left and right side, with 2 by 3. So this is a, which is equal to 4 to the power 2 by 3. Right? This is how we can do this. Okay. Or it might be in some books, if I can take 4 as 2 square to the power 2 by 3 and write it as 2 to the power 4 by 3. This is also the correct answer. Right? Moving on to question number 9, we have to find out the area of the region bounded by the parabola y is equal to x square and y is equal to modulus of x. So y is equal to x square or x square is equal to y. So I have this parabola and this modulus function, right? So area of the bounded region would be this particular region. Again, because both the regions are symmetrical along the x-axis, right? Now both the regions are symmetrical. So what I can do is I can either double up the area or find out the area separately. But for that, I need to find out the points of intersection. I already know that this particular point is 0, 0. That's the origin. Now, if I have to determine, remember, ये x square is equal to y. ये जो equation है, ये तो same ही रहेगी throughout, right? चाहे आप positive x axis ले रहे हो, चाहे आप negative axis ले रहे हो. But y is equal to modulus of x. This function is defined as y is equal to minus x for x less than 0 and x for x greater than 0, right? So, x की negative values के लिए, left values के लिए, left to from the origin, ये इक्वेशन क्या होगी, y is equal to minus x and right के लिए ये इक्वेशन क्या हो जाएगी, y is equal to x, right? So this is what we get. Okay. Now let me find out these points of intersection. ये points आप कैसे find out करोगे? Let me find out the point for here. So if I have x square is equal to y and x is also equal to y. So taking these two equations, I can write x square is equal to x. इस x को हम इधर लेके आते हैं. So x square minus x is 0. X into x minus 1 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1. So this value would be, x would be 1 because it cannot be 0, it will be 1. Now if x is 1, taking either of the two equations, find out the value of y. So y is also 1 here, right? Likewise, we can solve it out for here. For y is equal to minus x and y is equal to x square. So what we find out that x would be minus 1 here, and if x is minus 1, y would be 1, right? So since this figure is symmetrical and this is an example of overlapping figures. Overlapping figures, इसमें आप देख सकते हो कि ये वाली line curve के ऊपर lie कर रही है. तो overlapping figures में हम क्या करेंगे? We will definitely subtract the area. कौन सा area? जो ऊपर curve आ रहा है in the figure, उसका area minus the area of the region lying below, right? So here the line is above the parabola, so it will be area under the line minus area under the parabola. Now area under the line will give me this entire area till this limit. Area under the parabola will give me this area under the parabola. So if I subtract the two, I get this common region, right? Now I take it twice, so it is area is equal to 2 times 0 to 1, from 0 to 1 because I am integrating along the x-axis, so it will be 0 to 1 area under line minus area under the parabola. Now twice 0 to 1, area under line is, because I'm taking this as y, so line equation is y is equal to x, so it will be x dx minus area under the parabola, that is a function y in terms of x, that is x square dx. So simply I integrate from 0 to 1. So integrating, I get x square upon 2 minus x cube upon 3, 0 to 1, so 2 times. This is 2 into 1 by 6 or 1 by 3 square units, right? With this, I move on to question number 10, right? Question number 11 is like question number 10 only, so we'll be going through with question number 10. Find the area bounded by the curve x square is equal to 4y and x is equal to 4y minus 2. So this is equation of a line in the form y is equal to mx plus c. But here we do not have to do anything with the slope over here. So let it be this way, right? Now how we have to plot it graphically, again we'll be making a table for x and y. If y is 0, x is minus 2, and if x is 0, remember y is half, right? So for this purpose, I have a line somewhat like this, and x square is equal to 4y will be a parabola this way, right? Now we'll be shading this region whose area we have to find out. We'll be considering only the bounded regions here, not the unbounded ones, right? So because enclosed word is that there, so enclosed means a bounded region, right? So as we can see, this figure, this particular shaded region is nowhere symmetrical, whose area we have to find out. जिसका area find out करना है, वो एक symmetrical region नहीं है, right? So first of all, no limit has been mentioned that from where to where I have to integrate, right? So I'll be finding out these points of intersection. Okay, points of intersection would be for the line and the curve. So here I have the equation of the line, that is 4 y is equal to x plus 2, because here see x is equal to 4y minus 2, so 4y can be written as x plus 2, right? And the parabola is x square is equal to 4y. Okay, now instead of this 4y, now we already know that x square is equal to 4y. Instead of this 4y in the parabola, I can put the value here for equation of the line. So I have x square is equal to x plus 2. Taking all the values here on the left side and splitting the middle term, I get two values of x, that is minus 1 and 2. In either of the two equations, या तो पैराबोला की इक्वेशन में या लाइन की इक्वेशन में जब आप वैल्यूज पुट करोगे, अगर x minus 1 लिया तो y 1/4 है, और अगर x 2 लिया है तो y क्या है 1, right? So what will be the area now? Remember, overlapping region, example of overlapping region means area under the line minus area under the parabola, right? So what will be my limit? I am again integrating along the x axis. So it will be minus 1 to 2. So it will, area is minus 1 to 2. Area under line minus area under the curve. Okay. Now putting the equation area under line, because it will be a function y in terms of x. So remember 4y was equal to x plus 2. So y is x plus 2 upon 4. Minus area under the curve. So since x square is equal to 4y, so y is equal to x square upon 4 dx. Okay. And the limits are also along the x-axis. So again, I'm integrating it. Okay. On integration, this is what the integration is. Putting the values from minus 1 to 2. So I have 4 upon 8 plus 2 upon 2 minus 8 upon 12 minus, now this becomes 1 by 8 minus 1 by 2. And this becomes minus 1 by 12 or plus 1 by 12. Okay. Now opening the value, opening the brackets, minus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 12. So I combine all the positive terms first. I get 2. All the negative terms I've combined. So my answer is 2 minus 21 upon 24. Again taking the LCM, my final answer is 27 upon 24, or simply on reducing 9 by 8 square units. Right? Question number 11 can be simply done the way we have done question number 10. You'll be doing it as practice. We take up the MCQ, that is question number 12. Area lying in the first quadrant and bounded by the region x square plus y square is equal to 4, and the line x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. So first quadrant, hint is given, first quadrant, between x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 would be this line. Okay. And it's lying in the first quadrant and x is equal to 2. Now we already know, because x square plus y square is equal to 4. If I compare it with the general form, radius of this circle will also be 2. So this point would be 2. So the radius and the line x is equal to 2. Or you can say that this particular circle is going to touch the line x is equal to 2. We'll be shading this particular region. Okay, why we have taken this? Why haven't we taken x is equal to 2 over here? Because the radius is already we have calculated as 2. So this particular length is 2, right? And x is equal to 2 will also be a line here which is parallel to the y-axis. Shade the area. So it will be 0 to 2. If I take this particular rectangular strip, this would be dx, right? This would be y. So expressing this particular equation in terms of y, I have under root of 4 minus x square. Applying the formula, I get the value as 2 into pi by 2. 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so it's pi square units, or option A is the correct option. Question number 13 would be done as a practice question by you. It's simple. It's area of the region bounded by the curve y square is equal to 4x, y-axis, and the line y is equal to 3, right? So even if I draw a figure for this, remember it would be y square is equal to 4x. So giving you a hint, y square is equal to 4x would be a parabola this way. Y square is equal to 4x, and then we have the line y-axis. This is already the y-axis, and y is equal to 3. So we can have this as, let's say, y is equal to 3. Okay, so we can simply integrate this particular part. We have to find out the enclosed region. So the enclosed region would be, remember, this would be the enclosed region here. This would be the enclosed region, right? So this is, I can take this as 0, 0. Here 3, 0. So I'll be integrating it along the y-axis. So my area would be from 0 to 3, x into dy, because I'll be taking a strip parallel to the x-axis. So x is y square upon 4 into dy. So simply I'll be integrating it this way and finding out my answer. I hope that's clear. Okay. This is the end of this exercise 8.1. In the next module, I'll be taking up exercise 8.2. Please finish up your work till here. Thank you.